Low-cost Norwegian Air plans direct Stockholm-Dubai flights. European low-cost carrier Norwegian Air is planning to begin flights from Stockholm to Dubai in October. The company filed a schedule update last week to fly from Stockholm Arlanda Airport to Dubai weekly according to routesonline.com. Norwegian's website shows the first flight leaving Stockholm at 6 p.m. on October 1st and arriving in Dubai at 2:45 a.m. the next day. With 6 hours and 45 minutes of flight time, the return leg leaves Dubai at 4:30 a.m. and arrives in Stockholm at 10 a.m. after a slightly longer flight of 7 hours and 30 minutes. Norwegian has recently shaken up its home European market by offering flights from various cities to the U.S. East Coast for as little as $65 one way. A combined fare on the Stockholm-Dubai route under the carrier will cost as little as $270. According to its website, direct services between Dubai and Stockholm are currently only offered by local carrier Emirates. As it expands its network of low-cost long-haul scheduled services, Norwegian professes a lack of concern about growing competition from its subsidiary level on services from Barcelona. Air France's new unit Joon on flights from Paris and, from 2018, Latvia-headquartered Primera Air on routes from London and Paris to Boston and New York. Recently we've seen direct competition from IAG's Level and now also Air France's Joon. Level's new routes have not affected our booking figures. Instead, they're creating awareness of low-cost long-haul travel, which is good for us all. Anders Lindstrom, Norwegian's U.S. Director of Communications, told AIN, "We welcome competition, as it's good for the consumer, and travelers get more choice. The competition will increase as WOW Air, Aer Lingus, Air Transat and others receive Airbus A321neos and A321LRs, the latter model specifically designed to operate transatlantic and other long-haul routes, while other carriers take delivery of Boeing 737 MAX 8s. But last month Norwegian itself became the first carrier to operate 737 MAX 8s on transatlantic routes and, in extolling the virtues of single-aisle aircraft for secondary long-haul routes, provided a strong hint that the 30 A321LRs it has on order will offer new routes linking additional European and U.S. cities. We never considered launching long-haul operations before the 787 became available," said Lindstrom. "But it's a large aircraft that is too big for certain markets, where both the A321LR and MAX come in and open up new market opportunities. The 12 new transatlantic routes that became a reality once we had the MAX would not be possible otherwise, and with the A321LR, we can extend the range and fly even further, which means reaching more cities in the U.S., and more cities across Europe." Norwegian expects its first A321LR to enter its fleet in 2019. Meaning it will likely announce plans and routes in the second half of next year, said Lindstrom. Considering they will have a longer range than the Boeing 737 MAX, the A321LR opens up a plethora of opportunities, both in terms of new transatlantic routes, but also out of Europe too, for instance, Asia and other regions. Norwegian awaits final U.S. approval for its Norwegian UK, NUC, Aircraft Operators Certificate, AC, the AC, which Norwegian soon will use to operate long-haul UK-Asia flights, is its fourth overall and the third under which it would operate flights to the U.S., along with the Norwegian Air Shuttle AC under which it operates all its U.S. Boeing 787 flights and the Norwegian Air International AC it uses to fly all its U.S. Boeing 737 MAX schedules. Lindstrom explained that until Norwegian obtains U.S. approval for its new AC it cannot use the same 787, for instance, from London to New York to London and then onwards to either Singapore or Buenos Aires. Once the DOT has approved NUC, however, we can fully utilize the fleet, he said. All other European airlines can already fly all their planes both east and west, whereas we cannot. And it is of course limiting us. Norwegian won't say which U.S. routes Norwegian UK would operate under the new AC, nor will it confirm whether it plans to expand its UK-US network. Lindstrom did say the airline sees great potential for expanding its long-haul service out of the UK, both from London and elsewhere. However, Norwegian Air Shuttle already operates services from Belfast, Birmingham and Manchester to Europe, and the latter two airports already serve as established intercontinental gateways.
Norwegian airfares transforming Ireland to New York routes, $333 round trip. The start of something beautiful on a Norwegian Air flight from Belfast to Newburgh, New York for just $333. It sounds like the start of a comic hall joke. I took a Norwegian to New York for the weekend, but in fact it may be the beginning of a wonderful relationship between Belfast and Newburgh, New York. For last week, I tested, on my own dime, the new Norwegian Airlines Belfast-New York flight, which at $333 for my return ticket came in at just over one-third of the United or Aer Lingus Dublin-New York flight prices I searched. Was the money saved worth the inconvenience of touching down 65 miles north of Manhattan? Yes. But teething problems need sorted. Indeed. So compelling is the price that I've now emailed all our pals in Boston and New York considering coming to the Belfast International Homecoming from October 4th to 6th to alert them to the price of a return ticket, $275, £213, €230. To get the bargain basement price with Norwegian, there are a few rules of the road. Take hand luggage only, bring a sandwich instead of eating the airline fodder, and book early. 2 dairy ones on my flight had paid just $223 return. The fun really starts when you land. You can get from Stewart International Airport in the town of Newburgh to Manhattan by bus shuttle for $20 or take the, I kid you not, Leprechaun bus shuttle to the train station in nearby Beacon for a single dollar. From there, the off-peak train to Grand Central Station costs $17 and takes about 1 hour 20 minutes. That's how I rolled. As I was staying in that capital of all things Irish in the Big Apple, Fitzpatrick's Grand Central, I basically fell out of the train at journey's end and into bed. The flight itself was hassle-free and I had 2 empty seats beside me, which may be linked to a lack of demand or air flight regulations which limit the number of seats to be sold, for now, to just 145 on a 195-seater jet. There is no visa pre-clearance at Belfast, but getting admitted to the U.S. took just minutes, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers were smiling, a first for me. So far, so good. The journey back wasn't just as incident-free. On emerging from the train at Beacon on Friday night, our friends in the Leprechaun shuttle had gone to ground. 2 other shuttle buses, again charging just $1, were there, but neither was going to the airport. Instead, we were dropped at a bus station close to the airport and took a $10 Uber ride to Stewart. You haven't heard of Stewart International Airport for a reason. It's a sleepy part of the world. But at the outlets there, it's like Christmas, with Norwegian's international travelers packing into its one outlet, where, unfortunately, someone has forgotten to tell management to increase the number of staff. Cue long lines. The flight home was perfect, mind you. In fact, Captain Murphy whisked us across the Atlantic in double time. Our ticket said we would arrive in Belfast at 9:45 a.m. In fact, he touched down around 8:30 a.m. Looked like no one called ahead, however, as we sat in the plane for just over 30 minutes while we waited for an engineer to link the air bridge to the plane. Not the greatest welcome to Ireland for the American visitors on board, but, like me, I suspect they figure it goes with the territory when the return airfare works out cheaper than the price of a one-way train journey from Boston to Washington, D.C. When I last looked, you could catch the 5:05 a.m. for $331. Ireland's last experience with the Vikings wasn't one we remember fondly, but, with a little work, this Norwegian route from Belfast to New York could blossom into the transatlantic budget airline revolution Belfast has been waiting for. Aer Lingus certainly aren't underestimating the threat. In Labour court papers this week, they refused to up staff wages as they said it would damage their ability to compete with Norwegian, which is another way of saying they know they will have to drop prices, and soon. And that, for all of us who want to see more connections across the Atlantic, can only be a good thing. Wheels up.
You can get round-trip flights to Europe for $214 right now with Norwegian Air. If you want to cheaply fly to some of the coolest destinations on the planet, now appears to be the perfect time. Between discounted flights from WOW Air, insanely low rates on flights to Peru, and numerous flash sales, you're out of excuses not to travel. Adding to the slew of deals, Norwegian Air officially extended a flash sale on Monday, with non-stop flights to the Caribbean for as low as $49 and flights to Europe for as low as $89 in a broad lineup of killer flight deals pegged to the beginning of autumn. Norwegian Air announced the deals, which the carriers had previously offered only to loyalty members, on Tuesday morning with a full list of the routes on its official flash sale hub. To give you an idea of the fares, flights from New York City to Martinique or Guadeloupe, in the Caribbean Sea, are going for just $49. If you want to travel to destinations in the United Kingdom, Ireland, or Norway, tickets for those flights are going for $89 a pop. The prices climb from there, but most of the deals included in the sale are priced at less than $200. The lowest fares from departures in Florida and the West Coast to Paris and London, respectively, are priced at $139. Unlike many of these flash sales, there aren't as many caveats in terms of destinations. Norwegian will be selling over 20,000 tickets at these prices until the flash sale ends on September 6. Best of all, the deals are clearly labeled and easy to navigate on the company's flash sale site. Take note that these are all one-way prices, so you'll have to figure out a return flight on your own, but even so, there's a chance you can get to Europe and back for just a few $100. For example, round-trip tickets to Dublin could cost just $214 at these prices. Another thing to keep in mind before you book, Norwegian Air is a budget airline and known for making additional cash on fees like excess baggage, reserving your seat, and more. The airline has a rundown here. No one likes getting charged without realizing they would be charged, so just do your due diligence before you book. Flight sale. How to get tickets to America for just £99. Brit holidaymakers can now get to the States for as little as £99, thanks to a gobsmacking flight sale. To celebrate their 15th birthday, budget airline Norwegian is offering USA flights from £99 one way. Starting today, the sale also offers savings on 19 long-haul routes, with flights to 9 European destinations from as little as £29. The celebratory fares are available on 28 routes from the UK and Ireland. The sale starts today, August 29th, and will last for 3 weeks, ending on the September 18th. It covers travel from 16th of October 2017 to 16th of March 2018. Norwegian Chief Commercial Officer Thomas Ramdale said, "To help celebrate 15 years of affordable flights with Norwegian, we're delighted to offer holidaymakers further savings on 28 routes from the UK and Ireland. With affordable fares to the US, Singapore and Europe, our birthday sale has something to offer all travelers. We're very grateful for the loyal support our passengers have shown us over the last 15 years. And we look forward to welcoming them on board for many more years to come." London Gatwick to 10 long-haul routes from £129 one way. Routes available in the birthday bonanza include Boston, New York, Fort Lauderdale, Oakland, San Francisco, Orlando, Denver, Los Angeles, Seattle, Las Vegas, and the UK's only low-cost route to Singapore, Belfast and Edinburgh to the US East Coast from £99/£135 one way. The offer is available on Norwegian's new routes from Edinburgh and Belfast direct to Stewart International Airport, in New York State, as well as flights from Edinburgh direct to Providence Airport, offering connections to Boston and New England, and Bradley International Airport, New England. Savvy savers can also enjoy bargain fares on Norwegian's new transatlantic flights from Shannon, Cork and Dublin. Passengers can enjoy fares from €99 on flights from Cork, Shannon and Dublin to Providence Airport, Boston, and from Shannon and Dublin to Stewart International Airport, New York. London Gatwick to 9 European destinations from £29 one way. Travelers looking to stay closer to home can enjoy flights to Europe from just £29 one way to 9 destinations, direct from London Gatwick to Malaga, Alicante, Barcelona, Madrid, Palma, Oslo, Stavanger, Copenhagen and Aalborg.